The man himself, Suga Sean O'Malley, joined by his dog as well. Sean, how are you?
Good. How are you, Ariel?
What's this young pup's name?
This is Kush.
Oh, that's Kush. We've met Kush before, right?
Yeah.
Okay, still kicking it. I like it. Respect.
Yeah.
Kush, thank you for joining us. Ooh, that's a nice painting you have back there of Bob Marley. I like that very much.
Thank you.
Well done. And well done on Saturday. Congratulations. You were very emotional after the fight. You can hardly speak when Joe Rogan was trying to interview you. Could you describe what you were feeling after you realized that you were back and victorious once again?
Yeah, I was just, I take my dogs on walks, and I was just picturing that moment for a long time, like standing there with Joe, getting a finish. So yeah, it's hard to explain and put into words how I was feeling, but it felt good.
Do you still feel like you're kind of on a high from Saturday? And I mean like the high from the victory, not other stuff.
Oh. Yeah, it was Vegas is a very stimulating place, and then you add fight week to that. You got all the cameras in your face. You got someone's following you with a video camera for 7 days, getting everything you do. But yeah, I feel like I'm coming down from it. It's back to regular life. Got my boys right here. It's back to training and chilling.
Oh wait, now there's a second dog. Who's this one? I don't know if we've ever met this one.
No, you met Pete. That's
okay,
Pete.
My bad.
That's my firstborn.
All right. Well, Pete, is there a third one or just two?
No, just two.
Okay. By the way, I saw a photo on your Instagram afterwards where you were in your what appeared to be your hotel, enjoying some post-fight celebratory stuff, and you were still wearing your gloves. Did you keep your gloves on? Was that a real picture? Did you keep your gloves on all the way back to the hotel? There you are. That looks like a hotel room. Am I wrong?
No, that's the hotel room.
Why'd you keep your gloves on?
I just put them on.
Oh, just for the
take them on and off.
Just for the gram.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm very perceptive. It looked like you still had the wraps, but I guess you don't have the wraps on in this picture. That would have been incredible.
That would have been good.
Well, in my mind, I concocted this story that you were so happy to be back. You just didn't want to take off the gloves because you missed it so much, and you went all the way back to the hotel room and slept with them. That sort of thing came to mind.
No, it would have been funny, though, walking around the strip just in my fight. Just with the shorts and my gloves. It would have been good.
When you were dreaming about that moment with Joe and dreaming about coming back, did you dream about the fight going like that? Like, was that just the perfect fight for you? I would imagine you didn't walk away from that fight being all too mad about anything.
No, yeah. I saw that fight like, okay, this fight could play out like that. Anytime you're that much faster than someone, and I'm that accurate, that just can happen. That could happen any fight. Anytime I fight, I can knock someone out in the first round. Especially if they're gonna, come forward, and he was trying to land some shots. So I wasn't surprised it happened like that. I would have liked to fight a little bit longer. Just it's been 2 years. I wanted to fight. I've been in fight camp forever. So I wanted to fight for a little bit longer, but you obviously can't complain about getting a first round finish.
Up until you even like walking out to the cage, did you really think in the back of your mind that something would preclude you from fighting, that they would stop you and say, oh, this thing has come up? Were you nervous about it even in the locker room?
No, I think Tuesday or was it Wednesday? Tuesday or Wednesday, they said, hey, your last result came back. It was negative, so you're good. So that right around there, I was like, okay, now we're good.
Do you feel like
all
you're
the way up the whole fight camp? I was feeling like that.
Do you feel like you're officially in the clear now? Like this is now behind you, or will it just be something you'll have to worry about for the rest of your career?
Should be. I mean, should be in the clear, but we'll see.
Okay. And by the way, you still have the braids in. When do you take those out?
I don't know. That's a good question, Ariel.
Well, thank you.
That's a good question. Sometimes I just leave them in for a little bit.
Really?
I actually gotta. Yeah, my sister's playing. She has state basketball in Montana, so we're gonna head to Montana Thursday and go watch her do that. So actually, no, wait, that's a surprise for her. So
oh no,
never mind.
Okay, yeah. I won't ask you any follow-ups. Beep. She doesn't watch this anyway. Let's be honest. Tim Welch is your head coach now, right? And he is also from Montana. Am I right?
Yeah.
It seems like you guys have a really special thing going, and it seems like when a young fighter is able to find that coach who's able to guide them, and you have that connection. You know, I'm reminded of what DJ has with his head coach, right? And what Conor McGregor has with his head coach. Do you feel like you guys have that special bond? And if so, could you describe it? Why is it so special between you two?
Yeah, I think, you know, he's been pretty much like my head coach, you know, even when I was kind of at the end of my amateur career. Ever since I moved down to Phoenix, he was still fighting. So I've been in Phoenix for about 6 years. He was still fighting at the time. So, but every time I had a fight booked, you know, this was probably what, 3-4 years ago. Every time I had a fight booked, he would, you know, kind of go into coach mode, and he would hold pads for me. And then, you know, then we turned pro, same thing. He was coming down to the fights with me. But yeah, I think our relationship's so special. The first 2 years we were in Phoenix, we lived together. And I think you just kind of build like that friendship, that chemistry, and he knows my striking really well from watching my rounds, my sparring rounds, holding mitts for me. He knows all my little tips and tricks and setups. And then for grappling, like we train with Tanquinho, and we do live goes, you know, 2-3 times a week. And so he knows my grappling better than anyone. He knows my striking better than anyone.
Oh.
But so yeah, I think sorry.
No problem. It's the beauty of the show.
Yeah, I think he just knows my game more than anyone. We've sparred before, obviously not hard, but he stands in front of me and he feels my speed and he knows my setup. So I think he just, you know, it's he if he says something and I'm in the cage, I hear it and I trust it. I'm like, okay, this, you know, he obviously sees something, and you know, I'll probably end up throwing it.
I love the connection that you guys seem to have, and it's obviously working. You're doing great things. I love this tweet that you posted as well. Just a few hours ago, you said, "I don't know if it's true, but I heard Cejudo peed his pants a little during my fight. LOLs." Did you hear such a thing, or are you just kind of putting it out there?
No, I was just high last night watching my fight, and after my fight, they went to Henry. He's just a little dude, and I was just laughing. Like, it'd be funny if he peed his pants a little bit.
But is there some like, do you feel like you're getting closer? I mean, 2 years off. Obviously, you need to come back. You need to do something great. You did that. When you think of the Cejudos, the champions, the top dogs at 135, how far away do you think you are from those guys?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna put a time frame on it. I'm 25. I'm not in a hurry. Like, I need to get there. But I mean, I'm a pretty big bantamweight, but not in the sense to where I kill myself cutting weight. Like, I'm pretty. I feel like the weight wise, I'm pretty normal. I think I was probably 151, 152 that night. But I think just like my frame, and I'm big, I'm long, I'm fast, and I'm accurate. It's a scary, deadly combination. So I'm sure whether they were probably like, okay, that's gonna be that could be a legitimate problem. But I was just, yeah, that tweet, I was just eating, smoking a little joint, laughing, and just watching my fight. So it was just funny.
Afterwards, Dana White said that they want to get you back in there relatively soon, you know, make up for lost time type of thing. Are you down with that as well?
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said, I felt like I was in camp for a long time, so I got in really good shape, and to fight for 2 minutes, I didn't even breathe through my mouth once.
Wow.
I was nasal breathing that whole time. I didn't even sweat. So yeah, I want to go look at check out the calendar, see where some certain fights are, and check it out.
Anything that sticks out to you? Any location, any date that you really like so far?
I haven't even looked, honestly.
Okay.
So not yet, but we'll probably do that this week. I'm gonna get back to training. Like, obviously no injuries, so get back to training, get back to the drawing board and get better and figure something out.
How about the dreaded opponent question? You know the one.
Who next?
Yeah. Well,
I don't know.
look at Corporate Jake stirring the pot. I mean, really, what do you think of this guy, Brian Boom Kelleher, calling you out again?
Dude, I've been called out by nine people. I ain't got nothing to say to any of them.
Why not? How come you don't like to engage?
They don't do to get my shine right now.
They're clout chasers, right? Is that what the kids say?
You know, yeah, pretty much.
But Boom seems to want you. Like he's been calling you up for like 2 years now. I feel like even more so than that. Before the stuff with the USADA and all that.
Yeah, he's been calling me out for a while. There's been a couple of them.
What do
calling me
you,
out for
is
a
it?
while.
Do you think that they actually have beef with you, or is it just you get it? It's almost like a compliment, right? They want what you have.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. By the way, did you stick around and watch the main event?
No, we went up to the hotel room and watched the co-main and the main in the room.
Okay. Could I just ask you, you know, because it's such a hot topic on this Monday, when you watched the main event, what was your takeaway? Like, do you blame someone? Do you feel like, oh, this guy kind of blew it? As a pro fighter who knows about this stuff way more than any of us, like, what was your big takeaway after watching that somewhat bizarre main event?
Yoel just standing there at the beginning of that first round was so funny. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get offensive on someone like Yoel, who's if he's not gonna do much. Because every time Izzy did get offensive, Yoel explodes. So yeah, that's a tricky fight, and I think just their two styles just didn't match up for a super exciting fight. That's not. I don't really know I wouldn't say it's someone's fault, but yeah, I think Izzy definitely won. You gotta beat the champ more than that if you're gonna want to win. But yeah, that was a tough one, especially like Dana said, a tough act to follow after that girl fight.
Right. That was incredible,
Those
right?
guys are animal. Yeah, incredible. So yeah, I think the fans were a little spoiled, and then just watching those two stand in front of each other for 25 minutes, you know, it's exciting. Just the anticipation, waiting if something's gonna happen. So I didn't think it was a horrible fight. I think Izzy did what he needed to do.
Yeah, and sometimes that doesn't mean an exciting fight, right? But I mean, you got to keep the belt to keep winning fights and make money and things like that. So it's just an unfortunate thing, but we have to recognize the dangers involved in what you guys do each and every time you go in there. By the way, ring rust, do you subscribe to this notion? Is it a real thing to you? I mean, you clearly didn't seem to show off any ring rust, but were you worried about this?
No, I think that's just mental.
Okay.
I've been in the gym nonstop. So it's not like I think if I had not trained for 4 or 5 months, or if I hadn't trained for a while and then started training again, I'd be like, shit, I probably should have been training. And that's where your ring rust comes from, thinking, shit, I should have done this, I should have done that. But I literally did everything right these last 2 years. There's not one thing that I look back and go, I could have done that better. I've done everything right. So there was nothing going into the cage, completely calm.
And I saw on your Instagram, I think it was this morning, but maybe it was from last night, given the time difference. Did you have you had like 2 massive plates of pancakes and eggs and things like that? Man, that was a lot. Was that just for you?
No, that was a little bit for Danny, but I ate most of hers too.
Okay.
But no, yeah, that's just something we like. Those little fight week or fight camp cravings you get at night. You just you think of all these ideas. So yeah, I was craving some pancakes and some eggs, and something we do. We just eat a little food and watch my fight. That's another thing. It's only 2 minutes to watch, so it's,
yeah.
you can only watch it so many times. But
and just to be clear, that's not Danny, your manager, right? Danny, your girlfriend that you had the right. I felt so bad for you after the media day on Thursday. We were at a restaurant. You and your team were there as well, and you just had to sit there, and they're eating tremendous food
all week.
That's got to be torturous, right?
Literally all week, especially Tim. That dude likes to eat. So all week, it's pretty much me following them around, going out to eat, and I'm watching. But it makes you appreciate food on another level.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you really until you eat, and then you just start stuffing your face again. But it makes you appreciate food a little bit more than not being able to eat. I think everyone should have to do it. Go through a little fight camp, a little, watch what you eat for a couple weeks, and be good for you.
And look at that outfit, unbelievable stuff. From the start of the week to the end, you reminded people why everyone was so high on you when you were, pardon the pun, were first on the scene in the UFC, and why we continue to think that you're one of the rising stars in this sport. Sean, I appreciate it as always. Really happy for you, man. Congratulations, enjoy the victory, and looking forward to seeing you back in there soon enough.
Thank you, Ariel. Appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. It's Ariel Helwani. I just came here to thank you for watching our ESPN YouTube channel. It's the best. You know what else is the best? The ESPN app. You can get highlights, analysis, all that stuff and more. And if you want premium content and live streaming sports, there's only one place for all of that. It's ESPN Plus.